subscribe to the channel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah! And boy!
Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Nick from Australia, and welcome to the Premier League Week 4 predictions / tips. I hope you guys are all doing well on this Wednesday evening, 5:35 p.m., August 30, 2023. Hope everyone is doing well. Big round of Premier League ahead. It's going to be very interesting to see how things go this weekend. A lot of surprise results. But, you know, we'll see how things all do go. There's a lot of big games this weekend, so we're going to get into it in just a moment. But, of course, hello to the live chat. Josh Rabbitohs 2023. We got Jim the Chooks fan here. Devils _side. We got everyone rolling in here. Jason Reader. Hope you're well. Josh Rabbitohs 2023 says that it's my birthday tomorrow. Well, happy birthday for tomorrow. Hope you have a fantastic birthday, Josh. And also, you just got to bear with me as well. I am in the middle of a storm at the moment. There's a lot of lightning around and the rain's getting heavy. So, hopefully we have no issues with internet connection. Hopefully it all does go well. But, excuse me. Just having a nice glass of Coke as well. Without further ado, let's get into the Premier League Week 4 predictions. There's some good games to look forward to this weekend. And, yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it. And the very first game is on Saturday morning at 5 a.m. here for us here in New South Wales, Australia. It is Luton versus West Ham. West Ham $1.70, Luton at $4.60. Now, the only concern I really have for this matchup is Luton going to is this game going to get postponed again like the one they had the other week? I hope it doesn't, but we'll have to wait and see. Luton up against West Ham. Look, I'll keep this one fairly short and sweet. West Ham win, and West Ham win well. Luton are in this sort of situation where they don't really have much to play for. They want to try to obviously avoid relegation, but you're up against West Ham, a team that you'd expect to be, you know, around that top 10. So I think West Ham will win the game. I reckon they'll win it probably 4-0 West Ham, probably 4-0. If they're on, they'll be too good for Luton here. So I'll go West Ham 4-0. They will be beating Luton in that one. All right. Let's go to the next game, and this game is on 9:30 p.m. Saturday night. It is Sheffield United up against Everton. This is a big game, this one, because both these sides are probably going to be down the bottom come season's end. But this early in the season, it's a fairly big game. Everton are the favourites here at $2.40. Sheffield United at $3. Look, this game probably has a draw written all over it. Sheffield last week were very competitive against Man City, and Everton, yeah, there's not much to really say about Everton. They should have had a draw with the Wolves, but then they obviously conceded a late goal. For this game, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. I think this has a draw written all over it. If Everton win, I wouldn't be too surprised. If Sheffield win, wouldn't be shocked either. They're at home, but I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw in that one. I'm expecting a draw between those two sides. Now, these next 4 games are all on at midnight, the same time. So early Sunday morning, Saturday night going into Sunday morning, and it all starts at midnight. We've got Man City up against Fulham. City are $1.15. Fulham at $15. Now, Man City, I thought they were very average last week against Sheffield United. Thought they were really poor. having Foden on the bench was a very weird decision for mine. Fulham, they have their moments here and there. That's sort of one of those teams that are trying to improve a little bit. Look, I don't think City are going to absolutely destroy them here. I think Fulham are actually going to be somewhat competitive. So I'm going to go Man City 2-0. I don't think it's going to be a convincing 2-0. Maybe a goal before half time for 1-0, then maybe a really late goal from City. I think Fulham will be competitive for the most part, but in the end, Man City will just be too good, too much class in their team. So I'll go City to win 2-0. But yeah, there shouldn't be a whole lot. Man City should get it done nonetheless. I will have to wait and see what happens. The next game, also at midnight. I'm actually looking forward to this one. I think this will be a fairly entertaining game. We've got Brentford up against Bournemouth. Brentford $1.65 favourites. Bournemouth at $4.70. Look, I'm not too high on Brentford. I think they're going to get better. Bournemouth, on the other hand, fairly competitive most weeks. Bournemouth are they're improving every game that they do play. For this one, it's at Brentford, so it's going to be tough for Bournemouth to get a result. But I'm going to actually go with a draw in this one. I think this game could be a draw, and I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw between Brentford and Bournemouth. I don't know. There's something about Bournemouth where when they're on, they seem to be able to push teams and be competitive. We saw them against Liverpool the other week where they pushed Liverpool for quite some time there, and obviously they couldn't finish it off. But I don't know. I reckon it's going to be a 2-2 draw. This one, Brentford against Bournemouth. I'll have to wait and see. I'm going to draw on that one. Next game, also at midnight. We've got my team, Chelsea, up against Nottingham Forest. It's at the beautiful Stamford Bridge. Chelsea are at home. $1.40 favourites. Nottingham at $6. Chelsea were terrific last week. Obviously, a nice 3-0 win over Luton. Again, it was only Luton. Nottingham are probably a bit better than Luton. Look, as a Chelsea supporter, this won't be one-way traffic. I expect Nottingham to put up a bit of a fight against us here. I'm actually going to go with Chelsea 1-0. I'm not completely convinced that we can blow teams out just yet. Maybe as the season goes on, we'll get better at that. But at the moment, we seem to still have a few issues in our game. So, look, I'm going to go Chelsea 1-0, a real defensive win. And hopefully we get a result at home. So, Chelsea to get it done 1-0 over Nottingham Forest. And the last game that's on at midnight is one that is quite interesting. It is Burnley versus Tottenham. Tottenham are favourites here at $1.85. Burnley at $3.90. Burnley they are a competitive outfit at times. They do tend to get up and have a go. Tottenham have been great to start the year. They have been really good to watch. I'm really enjoying Tottenham's attack. I think they're playing a really good style of football at the moment. And I know it's at Burnley, and it might be a closer game than people think here, but I'm going to go Tottenham to get it done. I do expect a 3-1 result, and funny enough, two people in the live chat got the same score. I'm with you. So I think Tottenham 3-1. I think they'll be a little bit too good here. Tottenham to get it done against Burnley there. Should be a very entertaining game, though, I'll tell you that much. Now, one of the game of the rounds right here. One of the best games of the whole weekend. 2:30 a.m. Sunday morning. This will be a cracker. We've got Brighton versus Newcastle. I can't wait for this. Both teams are $2.50 on the odds. Even money bets. Take your pick. Brighton at home against Newcastle. Brighton were really disappointing last week against West Ham. That was a poor result. Wow. What a game. And Newcastle last week, well, they probably should have beat Liverpool, but they sort of fell apart in that second half. This is going to be a close battle. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. I think it'll be a draw. Brighton at home are always tough to beat. Newcastle, they're a good team, but they seem to still have some issues in their game. So I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw in Brighton versus Newcastle. Should be a good game. Should be a good game to look forward to. All right. Next game. We have got Sunday night, 11 p.m. Crystal Palace versus the Wolves. Palace $1.95. The Wolves at $3.80. This is at Crystal Palace. This is another interesting battle. I honestly reckon that this game will have a lot of attack. I think there'll be a lot of goals in this one. Wolves last week were really average, but they found a way to win against Everton. I'm actually intrigued by this. I'm going to go the Wolves again. Second week in a row, I reckon the Wolves are going to get an away upset result. The Wolves, once again, they are my specials of the round. I'm going to go the Wolves to win this game 3-2. High-scoring game. Wolves to win 3-2. And I'll tell you what, $3.80, I'll be taking the Wolves at that price. Wolves to beat Crystal Palace. All right, next game. Another really big game, this one. We've got Liverpool up against Aston Villa. Liverpool are the favourites here at $1.70. Aston Villa at $4. Liverpool are at home. Good old Anfield. Very tough to beat at home. We all know that. Look, Aston Villa, very competitive. Always very competitive. Liverpool at home are just, they're tough to beat, man. I'm going to go Liverpool to win, and I'm going to go with a scoreline of Liverpool 2-0. 2-0. I reckon Aston Villa are going to show up and give it a crack for a while, but yeah, Liverpool to win this game 2-0. They'll be a little bit too good at home. So Liverpool to get it done in that one. And the final game of the round, probably the biggest game of the entire weekend. We have a blockbuster game here, folks. Monday night, 1:30 a.m. This is a cracker, guys. We've got Arsenal versus Manchester United. What a cracking game this is going to be at the Emirates Stadium. Wow, what a game, man. Arsenal, $1.75. Manchester United at $4. Oh, what a game. What a game. I really can't wait for this. This is going to be an absolute cracking game. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a draw or if there's a result. Oh, it's so hard to pick. It's actually a really hard game to call. Arsenal last week. Now, let me just say quickly, Arsenal last week were terrible. They were really embarrassing last week, having that draw. So they got to get their starts right, Arsenal. For me, Arsenal United, I'm expecting an Arsenal result, a bounce back. I'm going to go Arsenal to win this game. I'm going to go 1-0. I reckon a 1-0 win for Arsenal to beat Manchester United. There won't be a whole lot in this. A draw wouldn't shock me either, but I'll go with Arsenal to win 1-0. Now, just quickly, before I wrap things up here, I'll go through the tips again real quick on who I'm picking for the weekend. So, we're going West Ham to beat Luton. Sheffield and Everton will be a draw. Brentford and Bournemouth will be a draw. Tottenham will beat Burnley. Man City will beat Fulham. I'm going Brighton, Newcastle to be a draw. Wolves to beat Crystal Palace in an upset. Liverpool to beat Aston Villa. And Arsenal to defeat Manchester United. But anyway, guys, that will wrap up the Premier League Week 4 predictions / tips. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and a comment and a subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in about an hour and a half for the breakdown podcast, the final breakdown podcast, actually. Anyway, guys, until later, I'll see you then. Take care and good luck with your Premier League tips.